Welcome to the Colt AR-15 resource. In this video, we're going to take a look at one of Colt's more obscure modern prototypes. And this prototype was unofficially, but for convenience, named the Mark 12. And you will see why it got that name in just a little bit. The Mark 12 prototype, there ended up being 19 rifles produced and 28 upper receiver assemblies. The concept was developed right after the Las Vegas shooting incident in 2017. An agency wanted a designated marksman type rifle. And so Arms Unlimited, along with Colt, kind of put together this concept, and the concept's got a unique feature to it in that it uses a rifle length, a rifle stock, rifle length buffer tube, but it's set up to run both a carbine lower or a rifle length upper. So let's get into what's in the box. The complete rifle just shipped in a plain Colt box. A lot of them had torn off labels on the end. The boxes were left over from some previous manufactured carbines that were the LE6921 CHP model. And my box arrived pretty tore up. And I'll move this up here. I'm doing this video on a table, which is a little out of the ordinary for what I normally do. But you'll see here it's LE6921 CHP. That's the model number of the firearm that was previously in the box. All that it came with was a standard mil-spec nylon sling. Let me get the box out of the way. And as you guys can tell, if you've been around a while, you know I don't do polished videos. I just jump on camera and roll with it. So, the quote-unquote Mark 12 just came in one of these plain barrier bags. Nothing fancy. It's got the military package markings on it. So let me throw this up on a stand real quick. All right, so what you see here is Colt's infamous 1-9 twist barrel stainless steel from their Car A3, H-bar. Some of them were Elite Series. This is an 18-inch version. Colt made other guns, the Car A3, and a couple other models with 20 and 22-inch barrels. This is the only 18-inch variant that Colt did. They put a low-profile gas block on it, and it's got a Knight's armament rail. And it is the SR1516 free float rail system. And so the fact that it's got the rifle stock and the Knight's armament rail system on it is where the unofficial Mark 12 name came from. It was just a convenient way to refer to it. The Mark 12 Mod 1 was very popular at the time in collector circles. And like I said, they just adopted it unofficially, and that's what it was referred to as. So you have the Knight's armament rail, 1 9 stainless steel heavy barrel, rifle length stock, M4 carbine lower receiver, the upper receiver's got the C stamp and the keyhole forge mark for Ciro Forge, and ambidextrous selector. Let me get a couple of tools. I am going to show you the modified operating system inside the buffer tube so you can see what that looks like. So stand by and I'll be right back. All right, I moved into my bench top to do the rest of the video. So again, here's the lower receiver. The mark on the left side of the hammer is a number 2. You have the S's there for Schmid. I'm going to take the buffer and action spring out. So as mentioned, this thing was intended to run both carbine and rifle length uppers. Here's the action spring and the carbine length buffer. Now, to see the adapter, I have got to take out the screw that holds the buttstock to the receiver extension. So stand by just a minute. Okay, I got the adapter taken out of the receiver extension. So you can see it's got rifle length receiver extension. It's got this adapter to use in it to take up that extra space for the carbine length operating system. And again, the concept for that was to enable the agency to run a carbine length upper receiver for the convenience of the shorter platform. And then in a situation where they might need a DMR capability, they could put the other upper on it and run in a DMR role. For those of you that like to see the markings, there's the barrel marking CMP 556 NATO 1 9 H bar. The barrel is not dated. I know somebody will ask that, is the barrel dated? It is not. Got a standard mil-spec type charging handle. Standard automatic bolt carrier group. I do not. Yeah, this one is not C marked. And then the bolt is MP marked. One thing that was kind of unique to this at that time. Take the bolt apart here. Those of you that may have been in the firearms world for a while may remember the improved extractor configuration that SOCOM was using with the O-ring. Just a second here. This thing wants to fight me. So the prototype rifles and the uppers came with the improved extraction configuration. You can see it's got the old silver spring with a black insert and then the O-ring. No marking on the inside of the extractor. So I thought some of you might find that interesting. It's outside of the military. That's the only time I've seen that on a factory Colt gun. I'm going to get this thing back together and be back with a couple of closing thoughts. So now you've gotten a look at the Colt Designated Marksmanship Rifle prototype, unofficially called the Mark 12, out of convenience during the time that it was being tested and evaluated. To recap, there were 19 complete rifles made, 28 upper receivers, and I'll add that that's the quantity that made it out onto the commercial market. These items became available, I believe it's 2018. I did a pretty detailed write-up on this on my website, the ColtAR15resource.com. I'll put a link to the write-up on my in the video description here. Let me know if you have any questions. And as always, I appreciate you taking a little bit of time and checking out the Colt AR-15 resource. Have a good day.